Welcome back to Quanie, the podcast. My mission here is simple: to help you see things differently so you can live fully and experience real growth. We're about digging deep, getting to the truth, and giving you the tools to truly pull your own strings. And today, we're doing just that. We're going to talk about something incredibly foundational to who we become and how we interact with the world. We're uncovering what I call your subconscious agreements. This episode is deeply inspired by Dr. Wayne Dyer's profound work, particularly his book, Pulling Your Own Strings. It's a game changer for understanding how to truly determine your own function, your own joy, and your own path. Our families, despite all the love, all the good intentions, sometimes lay down these invisible blueprints. These are not malicious, no, but they're ingrained patterns, unspoken rules, inherited expectations. They can dictate how you think you should behave, what you believe you're capable of, even how you feel you're allowed to feel. This is how, inadvertently, family can do damage. Not out of malice, but through these powerful, often unconscious, ingrained patterns. These subconscious agreements are everywhere, if you know where to look. Maybe it's the agreement you should always keep the peace no matter the cost, or your value comes from putting others first, or don't ask for too much. We absorb these from the most earliest moments of our lives, not through explicit teaching, but through observation, through what was modeled to us, through the silent expectations that shape our upbringing. They became threads, tiny strings, subtly attached to you. And these subconscious agreements are why sometimes you feel like your strings are being pulled. You're reacting to a script written for you, not by you. You're living in the misery of being pulled by others' expectations, whether those are spoken or more powerfully deeply ingrained. You're following an old code that isn't serving the real you. Now, here's a powerful truth. The absolute core of Wayne Dyer's message that shifted my own perspective. You are not a victim. You are not condemned to live by those inherited blueprints forever. You determine your own function. This is about reclaiming your agency. This is the art of pulling your own strings. So, what does it mean to determine your own function? It means acting from conscious choice, not unconscious reaction. It means understanding that while you can't control what happens to you, you absolutely control how you respond. It's the monumental shift from the misery of being controlled by external forces or internal subconscious agreements to the profound joy of self-determination. Imagine a puppet subtly realizing it has a hand in its own strings. That's the freedom we're talking about. It's realizing that the power to act, to choose, to be you lies within you. How do we start? How do we begin to pull our own strings and help ourselves? Let's talk about communication. First, a simple but incredibly powerful hack: how to ask directly. How many times do we beat around the bush, trying to be polite, trying not to offend, but ultimately obscuring what we really want to know or need? We hint, we imply, we hope others will read our minds, but that leaves us feeling unheard, frustrated, and still bound by those unspoken agreements. Wayne Dyer taught me the profound power of simply saying, "I like to know." That's it. Cut the fluff. For example, instead of, "I was wondering if maybe you had a moment to potentially explain," try, "I'd like to know more about X." Or instead of, "I guess it would be okay if," try, "I'd like to know if you would be willing." I like to know if you'd be willing to. It's direct, it's respectful, and it reclaims your voice. You get to the point and you reclaim your time and energy. Secondly, this might seem small, but it's mighty. Address as equals. It's okay to address people by their first name, particularly in professional or social settings, where traditional titles are used to denote hierarchy. Not always Mr. or Mrs. I know depending on where you're from and your upbringing, this might feel revolutionary and even rebellious, but think about it. Titles can sometimes subtly reinforce hierarchy, putting someone above you before the conversation even begins, sometimes causing you to diminish yourself. When you use a first name, it's about meeting people as equals. It's a small yet significant act of self-empowerment. It says, we're human, we're here, human to human, on the same plane. Not above me, not beneath me, engaging in a very respectful dialogue. And finally, for those moments when you truly need to draw a line, to reclaim your sovereignty, there's the ultimate declaration of self-respect, the ultimate act of pulling your own strings. How to say no. This isn't about being confrontational or mean spirited. This is about absolute clarity of self. It's the declaration that shifts everything. It's when you say, I will not be what you want me to be. I will not do what you want me to do. This no is not a rejection of others, but a profound affirmation of self. It's about setting clear boundaries with your time, your energy, your emotional capacity, and your beliefs. It's about honoring your own needs, your own path, and breaking free from those old subconscious agreements that basically try to define you and keep you small. This is where you truly step into your power because it's the loudest, clearest way to declare, I determine my own function. The fear of saying no keeps so many of us trapped in our lives and situations that don't serve us. But the freedom that comes from a well-placed, firm no is boundless. It means saying yes to yourself. So as you go about your week, I encourage you, identify one blueprint you've been living by, one subtle subconscious agreement that pulls your strings. Notice one instance where you feel your energy being drained by an external expectation. Then try one of these tools. Ask directly with, I'd like to know. Address someone as an equal, or, if necessary, make that powerful declaration of no. Begin this journey of unearthing those subconscious agreements and truly pulling your own strings. It's not about changing your external circumstances. It's about transforming my inner world and stepping into a life truly designed by me. Thank you for joining me. Be sure to subscribe and share this episode if it resonates with you. Until next time, keep seeing differently and keep living fully.